Okay, girls, everyone knows a beaver's favorite food is wood. I just hope we brought along enough of it for our 3-day galactic space journey. So let's do the math. If Robin's beaver devours 6 inches of wood every half hour, and Jessica's beaver devours 8 inches of wood every 45 minutes, how much wood will I need to keep both of these beavers well fed all weekend long?
I didn't think you had it in you.
I'm your huckleberry. Why, Johnny Ringo, like somebody just walked over your grave.
Fight's not with you, Holiday.
I beg to differ, sir. We started a game we never got to finish. Play for blood, remember?
I was just fooling about.
I wasn't, and this time it's legal.
All right, Lunger. Let's do it. Say when.
Come on! You know Daisy.
You know Daisy at all.
Poor soul. You were just too high-strung.
Yeah. What? What? Dre, you ready? Come on. All right. Check. Cut him undercover. Timeless. Ready for progress. Feeling like I'm just getting started. 2 shots back for my dearly departed. You are now dealing with a monster. Oh shit. Profits. Doc Dre, bitch, I'm a prophet. Black Wall Street, niggas know where the stock is. Like a satanic cult, it's an old ritual slaughtering goats, bitch. You're fucking with the original flow sick, and anybody can get it. COVID. I don't know shit that was so sharp I can slit my own fucking throat with it. So rich, I got more chips than my shoulders, and I'm about as approachable as a roach is. Just so better steer clear from it. Here comes a nuclear bomb for your eardrums. Lyricism in its most fearsome and fierce. We're on another tier like a tear ducts. Upper echelon, your career sucking. It was sheer luck, like a fucking leprechaun with his beard cut. Got a Punisher, weapon drawn with a beer gut. He's slower than a Decepticon with his gear stuck. And like what? I serial killing your Kellogg's. I love checks and I hate tricks. And you're a fake bitch. I can spot you like you about to weight lift. Bitch, I'm better than cake mix. I can't be whipped with egg beaters. You cunts must be out of your labius. And God's my alias. So if I don't have faith in me, then it basically makes me an atheist.
Go! Let's go, baby! Yeah! Tie, throw it! Tie! Good job, baby, good job. Delta, shot! On the ball! Time out! Yeah.
On his team. E.J. Perry trying to bounce back. Instead, he's flushed out of the pocket, trying to get away. Makes T.J. Franklin miss. Picked again. T.J. Franklin set that up. Knocked in. Keenan Isaac picked it off.
Boys, that's what we talk about. Don't turn a bad play into a catastrophe from a quarterback perspective. Just, hey, they're going to win plays on that side of the football. Throw it away. Kick the foot.
Oh, to be a showboat today. Good God. It's got to be so bad to be a showboat. But it's a damn good day to be a Blue Note. Good, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Aftermath. I am your host alongside the letter version of Rockin' Reese, of Angelo Rockins. We got Joe Quills here in the building with us tonight. Joe, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Obviously, we've been trying our hardest to get our boy back, but it's been kind of hard to get him in here. But he's just been doing what he does best. So I'm not going to sit here hold that against him. I'm not going to sit here feel bad about it. No, not at all. But there is something. Now, see, Joe, you're 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 a hockey fan,
Yeah.
and you know that most hockey fans embrace those traditions of their favorite hockey teams.
Got that
Let me,
right.
let me just send a special congrats out first off, foremost to my boys, the St. Louis Blues, for clinching that playoff berth last night with that big win over the Utah Hockey Club. Huge win, 6-1, 6-1 finish. I just think it's just beautiful. It's just too sweet in all its glory. But I am also a diehard sports fan, and I'm gonna show you how diehard I am. And Joe, please try not to bust a gut too hard when you see this.
Okay.
Ugh.
Oh my God.
I know, right?
Did you superimpose Reese's jaw?
Ah! Legit. That is the first
So,
thought in my head. Is I was rocking Reese.
so,
I am rocking Reese for this one. It
so
takes
you
people.
did. So you kind of did like that movie Face Off or whatever.
We did do a little bit of face off. So right now, somewhere in North Kakalaka, there is a Capatez Ford running around while I play the role of Angelo Rockins. And yeah, this is do not adjust your sets, folks. Do not sit here and get freaked out. Although this is probably I mean, don't get as freaked out as basically my wife, my son, and my dog were as they actually saw this probably for the first time ever. I almost feel like I've done this to him before, but I didn't do it to him this badly. I'm pretty sure I'll probably sleeping on the couch tonight because my wife hates it, but it's okay. I'm not going to hold that against her. I'm pretty sure I deserve every ounce of it, so I'm not going to feel too bad. That being said, folks, welcome to the aftermath. Welcome to the fun. Welcome to the craziness that is the Bleacher Brothers streaming network. As we get ourselves all prepared for hockey playoffs, the NBA playoffs kicked off tonight. I believe we had a couple of big upsets, if I'm not mistaken. Joe, you've been more participant to the NBA playoffs as than I have.
Well, the playing game started last night.
Okay, the playing game started last night. Okay, so well, anyway, I mean, I caught one of the of those. I didn't see those. Big shouts out to Tyler Hero, who was indeed that hero as they actually won, I believe, earlier tonight.
Yeah, they play. Miami plays Atlanta next on Thursday or Friday night, I think it is.
Wait,
Because Miami was playing in the 9-10 game.
and
So that,
they I believe Miami beat Atlanta tonight.
they play in Atlanta on Friday.
Okay. And then we also got basically the big one coming here. Sometimes just being that guy just happens to be that guy. But let's sit here and keep this one going, folks. It to say the least, week 3 was a little more of a discovery than anybody expected, and I'm gonna be honest. I expected fully to sit here and play whoop that trick pretty much like there was no tomorrow. But Memphis apparently decided that, yeah, we're just gonna just throw this game away. We're gonna throw this game in the hamper. Because if I'm not mistaken, Memphis had this win. And as far as I saw, they had this win. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Houston ends up winning this game. And that was the thing that actually got me more than anything else was that Houston actually got their first win of the year. And I believe right now we have only one winless team left. I believe I believe if I'm mistaken, San Antonio is that team. It's that team that right now has yet to win a game. But let me pull up the standings real quick just to make sure.
Memphis is 0-3 as well.
So Memphis is 0-3 and San Antonio is 0-3. So
And
both conferences have have at least a team that has yet to win a game yet.
And did you see the coaching news today from both of those teams?
I've actually was expecting it. I mean, is the news I've been expecting to hear.
Wade Phillips takes a leave of absence for the
Yeah.
Browns. And
How is Whisenhunt going to step down for the Showboats when he had as far as I do, Kim Whisenhunt pretty much was on a leave of absence. How?
Mhm.
How does that work?
Your guess is as good as mine. But Wade Phillips, it looks like. I mean, I'm not trying to start any rumors or anything like that. And the thing is with HIPAA laws and everything like that, there was probably something medical because they said here in the article that I saw earlier tonight that it was he was coaching from the press box.
Coaching from the press. Oh, yeah. I mean, I figure it would be because I know that he's as good as Phillips has been. And I mean, the team felt a little off, but I also knew for a fact that I don't remember the last time I've actually. Well, yeah, I do. That would be the Arlington Renegades. I believe was the last team that's here actually do it. And really don't do not mess with me on this one, there, OG. You know better than this, but I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go to this one. From where I'm standing on this one is that Wade Phillips obviously has some health issues. I mean, Jesus Christ, this is the guy that had to sit here and coach the Dallas Cowboys for at least one season. And anytime you have to sit here and actually either play as a Dallas Cowboy or coach as a Dallas Cowboy, you're guaranteed to have some kind of health issue happening. That would probably explain why Tyrone Smith retired instead of sitting here coming back for another round. But that's just me. That's just me. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I may be wrong, but I doubt it. But out of all that craziness, out of all that madness, we do have some big ones there, as pretty much stated originally. The Houston Roughnecks did get their first win as they survived Memphis. They survived that trip to Memphis. They apparently decided to whoop that trick themselves. Houston gets a big win, 18-17 in the last minute. Another team that got a big last minute win had to be the Birmingham Stallions, who on Friday night got a big, huge victory, 10-9, and ended Arlington's big, crazy streak that's had going. This is probably going to be one of those things of where if we're expecting high scoring affairs, defenses are saying, nah, not happening. Then, of course, we go to Michigan, the Detroit Rock City, where the Panthers sat here and outlasted the Brahmas 26-23. And, of course, the big game on Sunday evening, the DC Defenders used defense to outlast the Battlehawks 27-15 and handed the Battlehawks their first loss of the year. As you can tell, I'm not a happy camper because it was a pretty rough week for my hometown. Cardinals sitting here getting beat down, victimized, and conquered. The Battlehawks getting beaten, victimized, and conquered. And then the Blues sit here doing what they do best, put a smile on my face. At least I got something out of last week, of course.
Time out.
What?
Your Cardinals beat my Phillies 2 out of 3 last weekend.
Yeah, but we didn't get the sweep. And you know how I am.
You still got 2 or 3.
I mean, the only, you know what? Time out again. Big congrats to your boy, Big Slugger, as I believe they're welcoming baby number 6, number 4?
4. Yeah, he's only about 10 behind Tyreek Hill and Antonio Cromartie.
Hey, I figure in my head if he basically learns about protection before either one of them do, then at least we got something going. Hey, big congrats to that, and plus the bat was actually a pretty good hit for him too, because I mean,
yeah, he had another home run tonight, and he helped me with my single game parlay, but I couldn't hit the single game parlay tonight.
You couldn't do the parlay?
I got 3 out of 4. It's like me betting the horses on those pick 4 wagers. I get 3 out of 4.
Or in some cases, when you what's the word am I thinking of? When you sit here and you bet on the Cowboys, you get 3 out of 4 right. They'll never be perfect, but that's the point.
Yeah.
But there is something I wanted to touch base on. I'm gonna touch base on it on Friday. I know usually Fridays usually reserved for basically wrestling, and yes, this is WrestleMania week, and it happens to be ROH's show of the year as well, which I believe is going to be on Friday night. In the process, a lot of big things are basically being brought to fruition on this one, and um, I want it's like I want to sit here and touch base on it, and the problem is that if I touch base on it, then it's just going to lead to a bigger, deeper conversation, and that's I still want to at least send my thoughts, prayers, condolences to the family of Kyron Lacey as he did as shenanigans happened a few days ago. I do have the story queued up, but I don't want to talk about the story yet. I want to at least save that one for Friday, as we are trying to get ourselves back into the swing of things, and it's kind of one of those things where I'm trying to make peace with everything that's transpired, because I did have a very heated battle, a heated debate with my son, who happens to be a football player, and it was kind of it was a very touchy subject in a matter of speaking. I guess a bit nicest way we can put it. But Friday is going to be one of those where we're going to actually touch base on it. Right now, at this very point, as far as we can honestly tell, we are going to speak of the devil, he shall appear. With that being said, uh, we're going to sit here and try to touch base with all of that. We're going to try to touch base with it on Friday night. But I want to be able to at least sit here and go with this one. As you guys can tell from the ticker down below, we do have the Aftermath's infamous week of collision for week 3. Shockingly enough, San Antonio is no surprise. San Antonio is at the bottom of that barrel, but the biggest shocker, the biggest jump, the biggest plunge happens to be Birmingham, sitting at number 4, and of course DC overtaking St. Louis at the number 1 spot. Joe, who's the team that shocked you, and who's the team that disappointed you when it comes to week 3?
DC impressed me. I mean, to go into St. Louis and win, I mean, that's probably the toughest place in the league to play, because the fans do show up, because they want NFL football back in St. Louis, and what other way is to show up for UFL? Um, you know, I would say, I mean, maybe St. Louis losing is probably disappointment as well, all in the same game.
It's a fair one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually agree with you as far as the team that impressed me was DC, because going into St. Louis, which has pretty much proven over the entire existence of the Battlehawks, has been proven to be a tough place to play. Going into St. Louis and actually getting that win and playing the game the way that St. Louis plays it, DC going to win that thing has to be impressive. I cannot take anything away from the defenders going there and winning that. Jordan Tamu, who has been a Battlehawk in the past, who I believe was the Battlehawks' first quarterback when they actually started playing a few seasons ago. I have to give him credit where credit's due. The team that disappointed me has to be it has to be the Brahmas. The Brahmas played with the distance last season, won the XFL championship, then goes into the UFL championship game and just literally doesn't even put a point on the board. And so far up to this point, this team has been 0-4 in their last in their last 4 games. I have to call out the Brahmas on this one, because as much as I respect Wade Phillips, and I do, Wade Phillips being this way, this is starting to remind me a lot of those aforementioned of the Broncos of yesteryear, of the Cowboys of yesteryear, of those teams that Wade Phillips had coached, and they were just straight ass. That's what I think of when I say I look at these guys, and that's how I look at when I say look at them now. So I have to basically I have to call it the Brahmas. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who's going to call it the Brahmas. I mean, the fact is that nobody expected San Antonio to be at this at this point where they're winless since the SFL Conference Championship game. Nobody
Uh-huh.
expected Birmingham to be at the position they're in. Everybody expected DC and St. Louis to basically be a 1-2 punch. We figured this was a preview of the SFL Conference Championship game in some way, shape, or form. However, the biggest shape or form that we could look at this has been the very fact that when we look at this one here, there's got to be a question of who looks like they're the most dominant and who's basically the easiest. And if I'm looking at basically conference wise, the conferences have now officially gotten even in a matter of speaking. Because right now at this point, you got DC as the lone undefeated team out of everybody at 3-0, and they put up about 62 points. They put up about 62 points. The Beer Snake has worked well. They survived their engagement with Birmingham a couple of weeks ago. Then you got Arlington and St. Louis basically 2-3, 3 in the SFL conference. Then you look at the SFL conference. Michigan and Birmingham are just picking up where they left off from last season. The only difference now is that Houston actually has a fighting chance because they finally get a win when it matters the most. And the biggest win of that one has to be beating Memphis, as much as the fact that Memphis is basically still winless. Memphis is at least has not sat here and gotten blown out of the water. But they've still gotten blown out. And I think there's a lot of people that are kind of in that very smart of well, hey, you know what? Inch or a mile, a win's a win, blah, blah, blah. I get that. I get it wholeheartedly. But I'm looking at this right now, and I have to sit here and I have to look at how is St. Louis going to be able to sit here and bounce back with the fact that they did sit here and lose that heartbreak with DC, because now they have to basically go into into this weekend, and to put it as nice as possible, this weekend's gonna be fun just because of the fact that we have no Friday night games this time around. We have no Friday night games. But when I look at this wholeheartedly, this is gonna be fun just because of the fact that I look at this upcoming schedule for week 4. I like it. I like it, even though I'm not going to be able to enjoy it because, of course, as my daughter says, "Daddy's got to work. Daddy's got to work." That's kind of what it happens. I'm completely good with that. But here is the big one: the fact that I can look at the schedule coming up here, and I'm gonna pull this up so that way at least everybody can see what I'm seeing. Battlehawks got to rebound quick. They got to rebound quick because of the fact that if I'm looking at this, take a look. We got the basically the Battlehawks basically starting right out of the gates against the Arlington Renegades. 2-1 teams, both of them pretty much trying to do it. This is not the first time these two teams have played each other, but it's not the last time these two teams are going to end up playing each other. I mean, they have their history. Bob Stoops versus Anthony Beck, always a good one. Go to work, CC. It's all good. Appreciate you stopping in there, sweetheart. We got Birmingham taking on Houston. Now, I feel like this may be a trap game for Birmingham. And the reason I say that is because Birmingham has not looked like that same dominant team that we've seen in recent memory. In fact, for as nice as possible, these guys have been the complete opposite of what people expect them to be. And that's probably not going to work well to their advantage, especially with the fact that you got a Houston team that actually looks like they want to show up and show out. And then, of course, you got the Brahmas and the DC Defenders. You got this one coming up. Yeah. I like this one. I like this just because of the fact that we got. Oh, I guess we do have a Friday night game. Yeah. We have Memphis and Michigan, who will be playing on Friday. But then, of course, I'm sorry, maybe this is a harsh thing to say. If Michigan loses this game, they deserve all the hell that is coming towards them. as far as
Yeah.
their fan bases go. I mean, I'm just kind of putting that out there. Then of course we got St. Louis, Arlington, Birmingham, and Houston, and San Antonio and DC. I'm more intrigued by that one because of the fact that we're looking at this as it's Easter, and most of us are probably gonna be a little bit focused on anything and everything when it comes to this one. But I will say this much. This is basically DC. We've seen DC be that team. We've seen DC be a team that's looked good all the way to the end game, all the way to the end, but they don't want to have a repeat of what happened when they ended up losing that conference actually the league championship a few years ago. They do not want that. But if San Antonio's looking to turn this around, a great team to do that against would be the DC Defenders. I don't know how San Antonio's going to look without Wade Phillips at the helm, but maybe it might work out well for the Battlehawks. Maybe they will turn into Wade Strong. Maybe they will. Maybe.
Yeah.
But it feels honestly like I'm missing something because usually we have a lot for this one. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you know what? I think I got it. Because we are all about that. We are all about the fun. And I know you've had yourself a busy weekend, Joe. So allow yours truly to give you something to sit here and smile about while I try to find out exactly try to keep my dog from trying to take my bloody burrito. Yes, I'm not making that up, folks. Come check out these touchdowns from week 3 of the UFL, folks.
Time here.
Ready, set.
30 seconds to go. Corral looking for the end zone. Wide open touchdown, Birmingham. Okay, so you're going to get an inside move. That's where you get the hold of the jersey. And then Corral stays with it, and he's wide open for the touchdown. Cade Johnson, perfect in the end zone. Protection was there from the offensive line. Nobody around him. It's the first throw.
Green 18.
Perry looking that way, coming back underneath, showboats, touchdown, Lassiter. That drive belonged to him.
I love that if it's not there, throw it in the stands.
Anderson trying to scramble out of pressure, throwing to the end zone, got it! Emmanuel Butler, the second touchdown of the season.
We're going for 2.
But he sticks with it, puts that ball to the outside, and Emmanuel Butler from Northern Arizona, 6'3", 221, goes up and grabs it. An exciting group of roughnecks as they get into the end zone.
For medical reasons, missed week number 1. E.J. Perry floating this one, picked off. Leon O'Neal looking for the house call. He's got it. If he did that back in the day, they would try to saw him off. The pride of Aggieland with the pick 6.
Who's been my guy? Just watch him. He's going to be over here on this side. He guards the tight end well. Just see him. He stays on his coverage. Once he knows he's got his coverage, he looks back at the quarterback, and it's a pick 6, baby, all the way back for a score. Good job there by O'Neal. He was my pick of the week. I told you. I said, this O'Neal has been all over the place.
And Kirk, eyes up there. Looked like there was 2 offensive players very close together there. The spacing.
Troy Williams looking for some magic. He's going to run for it! End zone! Memphis within 1, and the over hits!
Didn't happen, but he picks up the first on 1st and goal. Perkins walks into the end zone. And Perkins again, the keeper reaching across the goal line. Second touchdown of the afternoon for Bryce Perkins. McFarland's had the hot hand. Mond has 2. Floats in, end zone for the touchdown. touchdown.
It looked like his own defender may have been one of the other receivers, but he ends up on the ground. Anthony McFarland ends up wide open. That's why you wanted 41 in the game, and that's why Peyton Pardee this week told us.
Time winding down here in the third quarter. Sheridan, a spin move. Oh, he pressed the X button. Sheridan to the end zone.
Aaron Dolan to the bank.
Big play, Jaden.
The safety, Jalen Elliott, just one-on-one on the perimeter with Jaden Sheridan.
What did I just see? Wow.
That's something you would see on Madden.
Oh, that is a legit Madden move. I mean, I get now the reference on pressing the X button, and also I can just give the guy the finger for saying the X button because, some of us actually play PlayStation, damn it. But I digress.
Well, isn't there an X button on? I haven't played PlayStation in such a long time.
You are really not helping the cause, my dude. Damn it. Let me get this shit back going.
Any points on this possession makes it a 2-possession game, and it's intercepted. Jordan Williams keeps it in bounds, still on his feet, racing back the other way. And the San Antonio Brahmas right back in the mix.
Linebacker sees him looking, tracks it all the way, and then he does what you're always taught to do. Cut back on the quarterback. Always cut back on the quarterback. Make him make a football tackle.
Couple CFP natties. Play action on 2nd and 10. Chance for a strike downfield. And right into the hands of Scott. Ty Scott. Touchdown defenders. Play action really affects the free safety here. He's going to come down just a second, and then he's going to be late getting over the top of that deep post by Ty Scott. Great job of recognition there. After DC just had their 6th tackle for loss. Wilkins pressure, but loves it towards the end zone.
I believe it.
Wow.
Battlehawks, big time. Frank Darby. That was that double move.
That's what
watch
I'm
the
talking
block
about.
by Jarvion
That
Howard.
right
Just going to
there.
get a little piece. Just a piece of the blitzing linebacker there that gives just that half a second extra for Manny Wilkins to get the ball off to Frank Darby down the sideline. And this is a great play on the ball in tight man coverage.
Looks like man-to-man here.
Where was all this?
1st and goal.
To the end zone. He's like Tommy
Bradley Moore. Concept. So the inside tight end is going to run a corner, and that outside tight end, as long as that safety clears, you saw on the left side.
3rd and goal to Amu. That ball is caught for a touchdown. Off the deflection. It is a defender's touchdown. Cornell Powell. Incredible touchdown for DC.
Yeah, trying to hit the tight end over the middle, and it could have
Why is it always just a tip?
honestly been a little bit of pass interference on Cole coming across before he tips it.
Yeah. Everybody knows who the hell that is, and you know that he was going to make an appearance in this damn show. Not yet, though. I will get him. I will get him up here now. This probably is.
Well, that one touchdown pass that you mentioned before, or that tip pass,
The tip.
it reminded me of a play in Major League Baseball yesterday.
Oh,
I'm not sure if you want me to show it here real quick.
I mean, bring it. Might as well sit here and have some fun with it. Yes, it is a football, but if we get a baseball play that reflects that one, screw it. We gonna take it and run with it.
Okay. So this is off of Instagram, so it's not going to be that great of a video, but let me zoom in on it a little bit. There we go.
There we go.
So this was last night. I think it was Milwaukee, and I have no idea who they were playing. But okay. So I just want to make sure you had it. So watch this play here.
All right. Let me see what I got.
Oops.
Torkelson spins it to second and hits the runner. It bounces into the glove of Sweeney for the
Let me unmute it
out.
again. We'll play the second time here.
I have never seen that happen ever. A ball off of a player's
no.
back running to second base, and then the shortstop caught it.
I didn't like he was safe.
There's a ground ball. Torkelson spins it to second and hits the runner. It bounces into the glove of Sweeney for the out.
I have never seen that happen ever. A ball off of a player's back running to second base, and then the shortstop.
I think he's out because I think his foot was still up. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the end result was, but
I mean,
you can kill my.
but here's the big one was that, as I said before, it is WrestleMania week, and most of us big wrestling fans, myself included, we know what this pretty much means. This means a week filled with chock full of wrestling. There's no tomorrow. AEW has to the plan. I believe they have Rampage and Collision back-to-back nights. I believe Rampage tonight, Collision's tomorrow. So that way it won't kind of collide, all pun intended, with WrestleMania. I believe we have Ring of Honor's Supercard of Honor. I believe that was on Friday. And then we have NXT Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania Night 1 on Saturday. And then we have WrestleMania Night 2 on Sunday. To say the least, this is going to be a fun one just because of the fact that, how do we put this one, Joe? I'm trying to find the words for it. Wait, this would be a slamming, stacking, slapping, clapping kind of weekend.
Yep.
Oh, if only we had a show that could possibly fit that. As if y'all, this face here, y'all will only see for about maybe a couple of days because I know how Mother Nature likes to sit here and treat me, which will make my wife feel better because she'll only have to see this face for a few days, which means that if it's anything else, I'll end up with a full-grown beard like Fez in like a week. At least that's how I'm hoping, or she's hoping, or give or take. This may actually be. I mean, I'd like to be able to sit here and say that we have more to sit here and talk about as far as UFL goes. UFL already made the announcement for the UFL Championship game, making its second run in St. Louis this season, this year, which means that if there was ever a reason for the Battlehawks to actually play for the crown, imagine how big it'd be if the Battlehawks win the XFL Conference Championship and got to play in the UFL Championship game in their backyard. We get a second chance and to make a first impression. I actually want to see it. I think everybody wants to see the big one, Birmingham versus the Battlehawks. But I think they want to see Michigan, see the Panthers versus the Battlehawks more because of how the first game between these two teams played last year. I think they want to see this rematch between these two. Yes, Birmingham's great and all, but truth be told, I think people are kind of tired of seeing. They're tired of seeing Alabama get everything. Especially in this case. So I think they would rather see Michigan and St. Louis playing in the conference in the UFL championship game. But to each their own. I'm just the guy that just happens to be a fan of both. And the fact is that Michigan was one of the biggest reasons of why people started paying attention to the UFL because of one man, and that is Jake Elliott, who happened to make an appearance in the Panthers home opener. So, to put it as nice as possible, we got a lot to play for, a lot to go for. But we also have the draft coming up here at the end of the month. And just because of the fact that people enjoy seeing my homie and seeing him doing what he does best, I'm gonna give you a little Scooter Magruder just to make y'all feel better.
Okay.
So here you go, folks. Enjoy Scooter.
We're not getting Ashton Genty. Go ahead and let that dream die. Why does Mel Kiper keep mocking us Amari and Hampton? Maybe if we move back, I can see us taking Amari and Hampton. We need to get T-Mac. He's the best receiver available. I'm Team Matthew Golden. I'm Team Matthew Golden if we move back. See, you took that picture with Jerry Jones. It could be a misdirection. I'm just happy Micah showed up to OTA. We're not trading Micah. Stop. Hear me out. We trade back and we get Luther Burden the third. Watch us take Shadur Sanders. Can you imagine? If the Giants draft a quarterback, I will laugh so hard. I just need the Eagles to have a bad draft for once. Watch us move down. No, we need to trade up for Jalen Walker. Always take the BPA. I need a Will McClay masterclass this year. We can't miss this draft. I swear if we take a tight end early, I'm gonna riot. Tyler Warren is a different story though. He's built different. He can be our running back too. We stay put, we draft Michael Williams. Why would we draft a running back early if this class is deep at running back? I still think we can trade up and get Travis Hunter. We do need a cornerback. I don't care if Will Johnson and run the 40. What if T-Mac and Genty are available at 12? I don't know about Shamar Stewart. Like the production's just not there. I like Trayvon Henderson in the second. Did he take an official visit? It's easier to get a wide receiver 2 in the first round than the second round. Why would we drop Cam Scatabo when we have Hunter Lipke? People are gonna be mad, but watch us go O-line in the first. We gotta replace Zach Martin somehow. Are we ever gonna pay Micah? Do we know when DeMarvion Overshown's gonna be ready to go? We need Agent Zero. CeeDee Lamb needs a legit wide receiver too. He hasn't had one since Amari Cooper. Joe Milton is not competing with Dak for the starting role. This is why no one takes you serious. As long as we don't draft the Taco Charlton when a TJ Watt's on the board, we'll be fine. Need the draft to get here already. Like, life without football is no life at all. This sucks. Like, what am I doing? I'm a grown man.
No. No. I have to be that person. I have to be that person. Okay. So, do we want to talk about the draft now, or do we want to kind of wait until it's like draft eve? Because I can go either way.
Yeah, we can talk a little bit.
Okay. Let's hear. I mean, just because of the fact that we've gone through the entire UFL in the first 30 minutes of the show, who do you feel is going to be number one? Do you feel like it's going to be Genty? You feel it's going to be Hunter? You feel like it's going to be Sanders? You feel like it's going to be Ward?
Hang
on.
Truthfully,
let me go ahead and see if I can get the actual draft order lined up here, just for the fact that everybody's going to be talking about it, and it's just kind of one of these things, and the fact that Nick. Who is more likely to get signed first? Aaron Rodgers or Nick Chubb?
Probably Chubb.
And I'm not going to say sadly in a bad way. I'm just going to say that right there makes a lot more sense than people want to give credit for.
Well, let me show you what Aaron Rodgers is doing right now.
Oh,
he's just sitting there in his dark room.
So you're saying that Aaron Rodgers is doing this?
Basically.
Oh, I'm the greatest quarterback. Oh, I'm the MVP. Oh, teams can't work without me. No. Not how it works there, Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
And while all this is going on, let me just pull this.
And also, just to close the thought on Aaron Rodgers, New Orleans may be in play now because Mascara Boy has a shoulder injury.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the Diva. Hey! I gotta give Derek Carr this much. At least he shows up to work. Rodgers spent more time on his damn Netflix BS than anything else.
Yeah.
So I have to give Carr this much. But as I said, in the interest of fairness, so here's what the draft looks like here, folks. And it looks a little funky up top. So we got the Titans at number 1, the Browns at 2, Giants at 3, Patriots at 4, and Jaguars at 5. Don Juan's Raiders at 6, Jets at Jobbers at 7, Reese's Panthers at 8, Saints at 9, and Bears at 10. Who do you feel is going to be the first pick? Whose name's going to get called first in this NFL draft? And do we feel like a team may make a power play for that number 1 pick with the draft literally right around the corner?
I think it's going to be Cam Ward. I really do.
You think Cam's going to get it over Shedeur?
I mean, do you think maybe Travis Hunter?
I feel like it's either going to be Sanders or Ward because I'm looking at both of these teams. And yes, I can understand that the Browns just re-signed, I believe, oh God, I don't want to say the guy's name. Super Bowl Joe Flacco. Mm-hmm. I get that they just re-signed him, but eventually Joe Flacco's around for that sunset, and the Browns just need like a reset. Considering the fact that they did way too much with Deshaun Watson. Not to mention that they just got rid of pretty much the last 2 backups they had. Jameis Winston is gone, and I believe Dorian Thompson-Robinson or something like that. He's gone too.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of need to basically the Browns need a rebuild. They had to do something to get Myles Garrett to literally rescind that trade request, and then just re-sign that extension with him. So it's got to be something big. For the Titans, it is a rebuilding process. They're in probably the worst division, or one of the worst divisions in the NFL as far as the AFC South goes. There's not really anything in the AFC South I can take seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Jaguars are just mediocre at best.
Yeah.
And the Titans are right there with them. But I think the Titans have that potential. But get rid of Derrick Henry and keeping Captain Miracle with that trick is probably going to be their best option. But they need somebody that's going to do something. And as good as this kid has shown little leaps and little sporadic eclipses, I don't feel like it's going to be enough for him. I feel like at this very juncture, you can't just expect your defense to get it all done and then just have a shitty quarterback. And that's kind of what it looks like when I look at the Titans. You can build up your defense like still tomorrow, but your quarterback is still about as ass as the mayo covered bagel that he ate for breakfast. It's just not going to be enough for that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like at this very juncture, you need to just start from scratch on pushing the 1 and the 2. So I feel like number 1, Cam Ward will probably be number 1 because they need a mobile quarterback. They need to go back to that Vince Young, Marcus Mariota, Steve McNair style that basically got them to the promised land in the first damn place, and have a quarterback who can actually do that. And I feel like Cam Ward will be that guy. Number two, I feel like we'll probably end up going back to defense. I feel like Travis Hunter will go number 2, and I feel like Shedeur Sanders will be number 3. I know it's crazy, but here's the thing: the Browns claim they don't need a quarterback, so they should be looking more towards defense because they gotta find somebody on defense who can basically go tit for tat with Myles Garrett. So I feel like that would be Travis Hunter. I feel like the Giants definitely need a quarterback, and they didn't really do shit in free agency. So you might as well sit here and actually go with somebody who actually has a shot. And Shedeur Sanders has been that big topic of that one. So I feel like honestly, Ward, Hunter, and Sanders will probably end up being 1, 2, and 3 respectively. And that's not an insult to any of them when it comes down to it. But I feel like that number 1 is probably going to be Cam Ward because let's just be honest, Tennessee really drafted well in the beginning, but they need a mobile quarterback. They need somebody who has that Steve McNair vibe, and I feel like that Steve McNair vibe lies in the arms and legs, to put it as nice as possible, in Cam Ward. I feel like playing for the U has worked out well for Ward, and it would work out well in that Tennessee style offense. Cleveland needs somebody who's on defense who can basically put up as much hell as Myles Garrett. But when Myles Garrett does his job, who the hell is going to sit here and stop them on the deep end? That introducing Travis Hunter. He would be that guy to be able to get that done. I feel like he would be that person. But the other person, well, I just feel like that person's probably going to end up being that person's probably going to end up sitting here being Shedeur Sanders. I feel like, honestly, the Giants and the Patriots have a good opportunity in front of them. The Raiders are not going to shop for a quarterback because they just got Geno Smith in a trade, and the Jaguars have already said that they are team Trevor. So they're not gonna go in themselves. So there we go. But in your eyes, who you feel like is going to be number one?
An interesting name, and I know he had a foot injury. What do you think about Abdul Carter?
At one?
I would think Tennessee would want a quarterback and hit the reset button, at least on offense.
I feel like Tennessee is definitely going to need a quarterback on this one. Or at least somebody who could be as tough and volatile as Derrick Henry. Because there is a name I did not mention, and it was by design.
Mm-hmm.
Ashton Jeanty, I feel like, would be a good fit for the Titans. I feel like he has that Derrick Henry kind of size. He has that. He does have that that kind of breakneck speed that another certain running back has. So he has the size, he has the speed. Now, does he have the vision? I feel like he does. I feel like he has that vision of Kyron Williams. And I definitely feel like he has the size of Derrick Henry. And I feel like that he does have that speed of the Eagle Savior.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that would be working out well for Tennessee because they pretty much were relevant in the last few years because of Derrick Henry. He pretty much made that football team. He was that offense for that team. I feel like Jeanty will do well with the Titans. I feel like he go well with the Browns. And hell, I didn't feel like he would go well with the Giants. And this is a big deal because the Giants, they gave up Saquon. They gave up the quad father. And they got to do something to make up for giving up that quad father. And this would be the perfect time. Have you met Ashton? As much as that guy did not have enough moments in the spotlight during the postseason, during basically the college football playoff, I feel like he would be that guy that would be able to actually get it done. When I sit here and I think of Ashton Jeanty, I think of the man, the myth, the legend. And I'm gonna just let the clip play. I won't show it, but I'll let you see if y'all are familiar. Yes. That's what Ashton Jeanty makes me think of. When I think of Ashton Jeanty, I think of Rod Smart. I think of Mr. He Hate Me. I think of that man, that original Las Vegas Outlaw, who kind of got a raw deal when he got signed with the NFL. The kid, He had that great burst, that great moves, the jukes, and everything else. He also had the attitude and the ego to be that guy that could just completely make himself that much of a badass. And I feel like this is one of those things of where, hey, you know what? I'm looking forward to the draft just because of the fact that I want to see exactly who's going to be that Nets. Who's going to be that Nets he hate me? Who's going to be that Nets mofo who's actually just going to get it done when it matters most? And I honestly feel like it doesn't get any better it doesn't get any better at this very juncture than everybody who knows what it's all about. But who do you think is going to basically snatch up and grab Cam? And yeah, we got maybe a couple minutes left. But who's getting Ward? Who's getting Sanders? Who's getting Hunter? And who's getting Genty? In your opinion? And we know these guys are probably going to be the top 4 in this entire whole damn thing.
Yeah, I think Cam Ward will go 1. I was actually doing a couple of there's a site called ProFootballNetwork.com. They have a free mock draft that you can run. And I ran a mock draft a couple of different times here. Cam Ward got it both times. The second one that I ran, Travis Hunter went 2. Abdul Carter went 3 to the Giants. I think Genty goes to the Raiders.
Do you feel like Shedeur not participating in all the combine? Do you feel like that may hurt? Obviously, you feel like that may hurt him because of the fact that everybody kind of figure Ward and Sanders will go probably 1, 2, or maybe 1, 3, or 1, 4. But it sounds like you're not even you're having Ward at least going 1. Because you always see Sanders going either top 3 or top 4 or let alone top 5.
And I also saw a mock draft here on CBS Sports. They had Shedeur Sanders dropping all the way to the Steelers at 21.
I
don't see that happening.
I don't see that one happening. This ain't gonna be one of those Tim Tebow kind of moments where a miracle just happens to just fall into your lap. Let me just make that one crystal clear here.
Yeah.
Shedeur, I feel like, will probably be top 10. And this is not a knock on Shedeur or his dad, because I respect his dad, love his dad like there's no tomorrow. I feel like Shedeur will at least either be number 5 or be pretty much top 5 or top 10. But it's more a matter of, you look at the top 10, every single one of them needs somebody who can throw the damn ball and throw it consistently. I feel like they feel more confident with Cam Ward than they would with Shedeur Sanders. And maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just me. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But I feel like they're more confident with Cam Ward because of the fact that I don't think they believe in the gospel of prime. The gospel of prime, it was just, let me be honest, it was the gospel that I tried to drill into a lot of people during my writing days on BleacherBrothers.com. But I will say this much. I look forward to this one only because of the fact that this is probably going to be, shit, how big is this weekend going to be for all of us? Because, if I'm not mistaken, we got, we got wrestling pretty much all week. We have the draft coming up next week. We have hockey playoffs. Ergo, the clean face nobody has seen. Only the only person who's actually seen me this clean shaven and like recent memory would have to be my ex-wife, which I don't believe she's watching the show, but she might be. I don't know. But we also got the NBA playoffs, and then we also got baseball. So, to say the least, Joe, it seems like there needs to be a place where everybody can sit here and actually congregate and enjoy the craziness that is, well, probably the wildest 2 weeks, 3 weeks, at least the wildest week and a half that we have, because we had spring fever. This is spring fever. Just about spring fever you can ask for. We had March Madness. We got spring fever in every sense of the word. We got the UFL. We got the NHL. We got the NBA. Hell, we got the WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor. We got, to say the least, if you were going to sit here and say for y'all, shout out that you're bored going into May, slap the piss out yourself and then just sit here and just say you can't see yourself. Because the fact is, this is a big one. This is big. This is huge. And I forgot the main thing. We also got the NFL draft. We just had the WNBA draft a couple of nights ago.
Yep.
We got the NFL drafts in here about to kick off. And I can almost guarantee you that if I know our peoples between the Rockin' one, Angelo Rockins, no, the real Angelo Rockins, not the stunt double. Reese is gonna see this. He's gonna be like, "What the hell am I doing? How am I doing on the aftermath tonight? I'm working." He's probably in his head. I'll probably have the video check him probably tomorrow. Between that and between the fact that yes, folks, we are going to be having a show this Friday night. I know people were sitting here wondering that we are doing one on Friday. Obviously, my buddy here is going to be. Well, he's in Philly, so I'm thinking he'll be okay to kind of pop in and say hi, like our anger translator. But in any event,
and I got the whole day off on Friday.
He's got the he's got the whole damn day off. And I'll be honest, I pretty much got the whole damn day off.
Having a union job helps because it is considered a holiday on Friday.
Am I helping you sit here and give yourself a holiday?
I would give myself a pat on the back, but my shoulder's been all screwed up.
Don't worry, I got you. Champa, this one's for you. Hey! Just for you, Tommaso. Folks, yes, we get it that aftermath usually is going to look crazy. We know it's going to get a little crazier as we get closer, deeper into the season. To recap everything we have going and to just make sure that everybody knows just how big this is going to be heading into that big stretch. Bear in mind, folks, we got a lot of fun coming. Tomorrow, I'm sorry, I'm so used to it being Thursday, but due to obvious scheduling conflicts, we had to move this over to our hump day. Yeah, and I will find that camel. And make that camel a part of it because starting now, Wednesday nights, hump day will be aftermath nights. So we're kind of going a little bit against the grain. Hopefully we'll have the real rockin' one who will, and yes, it'll probably look like this looking in a mirror, but it won't be. I promise you that much. That being said, we do have those big ones coming up. Let me make sure I get this thing right, exactly right out of the gate.
That link is the camel commercial that I think you're talking about.
Did you yeah.
And I don't know why EV Max does this, but when you put the colon with the first slash, it comes up with that emoji for whatever reason. But if you look on Twitch, it comes up automatically. So
translation, folks. Apparently, Joe is telling me that apparently I need to schedule my my colonoscopy for some reason. I mean, it's like I know I'm getting there in age, but hell, I think I pretty much shaved off some age in this time frame. But I digress. That'll be nice. We got Memphis taking on Michigan on Friday Night Lights. Saturday is going to be a doubleheader as the Battlehawks will look to rebound against the Renegades. The Stallions will face the Roughnecks and the Brahmas on 420. Smoke them if you got them. The Brahmas will look to try to get their first win of the year against the DC Defenders, who are, again, the lone undefeated team heading into the Nets round. The Nets won. We go take this ball and run with it. Folks, it has been fun. It's been great. It's been real. For those who are dropping through, thanks so much for sitting here dropping through. For those who are making passing by, who's doing the drive-bys, right back at you. Always too sweet. Always appreciate it. Rocket Reese, if you could actually hear my ass out there, and you know we missed you, right? But as I said, I don't know who's going to be doing the NFL draft version of this one, our special edition of the draft. But I'm almost certain Bleacher Brothers will have us covered. These guys right here, these guys will have us covered. So Bleacher Brothers probably has something cooking right. Also, this guy right here, he's good at what he does. And I always give him props. Always give this man props because we salute the white machismo, the Italian stallion, allegedly. Well, at least that's what the
I'm Italian. I'm apparently Italian now.
Hey, I am not gonna go on the lie that you sat here and told those ladies in Vegas the last time we were there. However, we're gonna run with it. Folks, there will be at least a plethora of shows coming. I do believe that we do have one for Friday heading into the big WrestleMania weekend. There may be one post WrestleMania for night 1. And I can almost guarantee we will probably be doing a WrestleMania show for night 2 because, yes, it will be Easter. Yes, it will be 420. And somebody please make sure the rabbit doesn't get stoned. Please make sure the rabbit don't get stoned because, as we said, it's 420. It's what we do. Joe, you got anything you want to throw out there before we sit here and wrap this thing up in a pretty little bow?
Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow night at 9 o'clock with another Joe Quill show. No idea what I'm going to talk about yet. Let the news come to me. And then Saturday, also eligible. I did give out a nice winner last Saturday in one of the 2 races I looked at. We'll also update the standings for the Oaks and the Derby because, they have that point system. So I'll do an update on that, and we'll look at a couple of races at Oaklawn in Arkansas.
So when Joe sends me the link to actually join up for that show tomorrow, and I'm gonna try to, depending on what time I get to punch the clock. I may not be able to show up tomorrow, but I can guarantee your ass is that Friday night we will be definitely doing something. He will be right here with us. I'll be here with us. We'll see if we can try to hunt down Rocket Reese and Don Juan himself. Don Juan, if you are watching, I do hope your wife is feeling better, Mrs. Wallace, Mama Wallace. We love you. Please get well. Get well as soon as possible. Also, I believe. Nope. Actually, wait. There is one more. To my mom, who's probably not seen the show before, but the one time she actually gets to actually see the show tonight, she's seeing her son looking just like her for the first time since about 1997, 98. Last time I pretty much didn't have facial hair. Don't worry, Mom. Your hair will grow back, and mine's will too. So thanks for kicking cancer's ass, Mom. I greatly appreciate it. Love you to death. And to my beautiful, beautiful baby girl, Abby, Daddy loves you. Get some sleep. Have yourself a great night, and I will see you in June. I think other than that, I don't think there's anybody else we had to sit here and go with. My right hand is out there probably laughing her ass off because she can probably hear me. Other than that, I think I'm Aces. Joe, are you Aces?
Yep, I'm Aces.
Then I'd say that we might as well just be all you mofos to do. So until the Joe Quill show tomorrow night, which I will try to make an appearance in if I'm allowed to, because I might have to censor some stuff or man just go off camera. Either way, I'll have some fun with it. But either way, folks, we bid y'all adieu. And in the words of my boy Rockin' Reese, who is somewhere, hopefully doing some kick-ass karaoke. Goodbye, mwah, and good night. Bang!
The Beaver's favorite food is wood. I just hope we brought along enough of it for our 3-day galactic space journey. So let's do the math. If Robin's beaver devours 6 inches...
Somebody just walked over your grave.
Fight's not with you, Holiday.
I beg to differ, sir. We started a game we never got to finish. Play for blood, remember?
I was just fooling about.
I wasn't, and this time, it's legal.
All right, Lunger. Let's do it. Say when.
Come on! You're no Daisy.
You know Daisy at all. Poor soul. You were just too high-strung.
Yeah. What? What? Yeah. Dre, you ready? Come on. All right. Check. Cut him undercover. Timeless. Ready for him. Progress. Feeling like I'm just getting started. 2 shots back from my dearly departed. You are now dealing with a monster. Oh shit. Profits. Doctrine, bitch, I'm a prophet. Black Wall Street, niggas know what a stock is.
Like a satanic cult, it's an old ritual slaughtering goats, bitch. You're fucking with the original flow, sick, and anybody can get COVID. Fucking with that, I don't roll shit that was so sharp, I can slip my own fucking throat with it. So rich, I got more chips than my shoulders, and I'm about as approachable as a roach is. Just so let it clear from him. Here comes a nuclear bomb for your eardrums. Lyricism at its most fearsome and fears we're on another tear like the tear ducts. Upper echelon, your career sucking. It was sheer luck, like a fucking left ear cut. With a Punisher, weapon drawn with a beer gut. You're slower than a Decepticon with his gear stuck. And like what? I serial killing your Kellogg's. I love checks and I hate tricks, and you're a fake bitch. I can spot you like you about to weight lift. Bitch, I'm better than cake mix. I can't be whipped with egg beaters. You cunts must be out of your labius, and God's my alias. So if I don't have faith in me, then it basically make me an atheist.